Absolutely, because every unresolved emotion becomes a physiological pattern. Somatic imprint, that's what it is, right? The trauma is imprinted in the pattern, right? In the way you read the information, and the way you received it, and the way you responded or reacted, right? In this pattern. So, absolutely, every time you resolve the emotion, integrate emotion, there's a lot of energy becomes that are available for you because again, shadow work is not only psychological liberation, it's biological coherence. And the coherence is the key. Okay? Again, most people think that the shadow work is about psychology and just the mind. Nothing is separate in our body. In reality, shadow work is also physiological because every emotion you suppress requires energy to suppress. Every unresolved conflict creates tension. What happens when there's tension in your body? Every tension changes everything in the body. Breathing pattern, autonomic system activity, muscle tone, what else? Circadian rhythm, circulation, inflammation, blah, blah, right? Ultimately, the movement of water throughout the body. That's what we're talking about. And this is where the relationship becomes reciprocal. Shadow work influences hydration, cellular hydration influences perception. The body is approximately 60% water, but that water is not simply regular water, like stored in cells, like in the bottles, right? And the stored water forms highly organized, it's structured layers around proteins, cell membranes, collagen, fibers, and all the extracellular matrix. So yes, the interstitium fascia is the fluid-filled connective tissue network surrounding every single organ, blood vessel, yeah, nerves and muscles acts as a communication medium throughout the body. And if that medium is dehydrated, and it will be dehydrated if you have any unresolved emotions, yeah, that's part of this terrain through which nutrient signaling molecules, immune cells, mechanical forces, and electrical communication information travels. And if that's stagnant, think about it. So when the nervous system remains what? Chronically protecting itself or defensive, right? Breathing becomes shallow, stress hormones increases, fascial tension increases, blood flow patterns, what happens? Changes, cellular energy production becomes less efficient, fluid dynamic becomes less coherent, and the results are what? Often dehydration in the simple sense of not enough water, but a loss of water organization and distribution. So it's not about drinking a lot of water. It's, is your water organized within you and it's distributed the way it needs to be distributed? Is it charged? Are your cells hydrated? Again, not the bulk water that we're drinking, right? So again, you can drink a gallon of water and still have poor tissue hydration. Yeah, for sure. If the system is lacked in chronic defense, okay? So if you are constantly in the sympathetic nervous system, and that's why many people notice something unexpected when they start healing emotional bodies. Every time we do shadow work with my clients, subconscious reprogramming, physical body starts to heal. A lot of times symptoms even flare up. There is way more constant sensitivity and crying. There is more sweat going on. A lot of us start urinating more often because the limbs start to move. If emotional stagnancy, they require this energy to suppress the whole fluid movement in our bodies. Okay, the body temperature changes, all tension releases, like the body just starts shifting so much. Yeah. So again, these are not merely only emotional events, or that's not only emotional events. There are shifts in biological regulation, biology. Nothing is separated. I reprogram my thought. I release the integrate emotion. Yeah. My whole terrain, my tension, everything changes. My hydration changes, cellular chart changes, energy distribution changes, and so on. Fluid movement improves, right? Cells receive better nutrient delivery and waste removal, and the organism literally becomes more coherent. Way more vitality. Yeah. Relationship goes both directions. As you're serving that, that's how the world responds to you. Again, hydration, mineral balance, mitochondrial energy production, lymphatic flow, connective tissue health improve, perception often becomes clear. Why? Because the brain itself is highly hydrated electrochemical organ. Neurons communicate through what? for electrical gradients that depend on water, minerals, and cellular energy. So even your mind gets clear, yeah? After shadow work. A dysregulated body often produces a dysregulated perception of reality. A regulated body often perceives more accurately. So coherent body will perceive more of the universe more clearly, per se. And this is why shadow work is not just working on your emotions or on your mind or subconscious. It's the restoration, it's a restoration of communication between mind, nervous system, between everything. Yeah, with all the cellular intelligence. So, yeah, let's go. What people call healing may simply be the body returning to what? State of coherence, where information, energy, and water can move freely again. And so it is, and so be it. What's next for us?